everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for joining your virtual drinking buddy. And want to welcome you to day 2 of Advent. And tonight from the Advent calendar, I've got O'Shea's Session Indian Pale Ale. It kind of threw me off because I'm so used to seeing IPA on beer labels that you almost forget that it's Indian Pale Ale, or what it looks like when it's actually spelled out and it's not just initials. So again, this is an 11.2 ounce bottle, 330 milliliters, and I cannot find a website for O'Shea's, and it could be that it's owned by a different company, and for whatever reason it just wasn't popping up. Maybe I just wasn't entering my search correctly. There is plenty of information out there about O'Shea's. It's on like Beer Advocate, Untapped, things like that. But personally, if I'm gonna go get information off the internet, I would prefer it be from the website of the brewer making the beer. So, but if you want to check out that stuff, there's plenty of people that have had this. They've written down their reviews, probably a little bit more articulate than what I do, but I don't know. You can always check it out. There's plenty of websites out there. I think the main two are Beer Advocate and Untapped has a app. So if you're at all interested in that, and real quick before we get too far into it, I don't know if you can tell I got my Stranger Things Christmas sweater on. I don't know how well this is gonna work out, but it's got sequins and you can flip it back and forth. Now we're in the upside down. And now it's the kids on their bikes. Oh, well. So I'm using my camera or my phone to try to see what the camera's doing, and you cannot tell what the hell is going on now. But trust me, it's the kids on their bikes. And if you haven't seen Stranger Things, you should go and watch it. It's pretty good. All right. Back to the beer. So this is an Indian Pale Ale, and it's a Session Pale Ale, which I still haven't looked up what that means. Eventually I'll learn. I figured in the end it doesn't really matter. Wow, that is hoppy. So a lot of the IPAs that I've been drinking have been hazy. They've been doubles. I don't think I've had a triple or a quadruple IPA yet, but I'm sure I'm working my way there. And so I've kind of gotten used to, a little bit of like that traditional hoppy bitterness, but mostly it's like a fruity flavor, like some sort of citrus flavor in IPAs. I'm not sure that that's what's going to happen here. I mean, and I could be wrong. I haven't tasted it yet. Just going off a smell, it smells like a traditional bitter hop. So, without further ado, cheers. Okay, that's actually not bad. I mean, it is just bitter hops. There's none of the Citra or hell, I don't even know which hops do what. I know there's some that offer like a mango flavor, I think, maybe, and like pineapple and stuff like that. And this is more of a traditional IPA where it's the bitter hops, but it's not overpowering. I definitely had hoppier. And so this is not a bad IPA. This is more of what I preferred when I was drinking IPAs a lot. Where it's got that bitterness, it gets your attention, it makes your mouth pucker just a little bit. Got a little bit of dryness, but it's not so overwhelming with the hops that it ruins it. And I know there's some beers out there that are like that, where it's almost like when they're making it, it was like they're trying to see how much hop flavor they could put in there. And there's people that like it, and I'm not knocking that. If that's what you dig, you do that. Oh, excuse me, one drink and I've already got the burps. That's terrible. But really, I mean, it's a pretty well balanced IPA. Like I said, fairly, as far as IPAs go, mild on the hops. If So if you drink this and you're expecting there to be barely be any hop flavor, that would be inaccurate. There's definitely a noticeable hop presence. It's not overpowering like so many other hoppy beers are. So it I don't know. I've only seen this in the I nod my head like many of you could see the advent calendar. It's like 10 feet over that way, deep here in my dungeon underground. Um, but I've only seen the O'Shea's in the advent calendar. I don't know that they normally sell it. If they do, I guess I've just not caught it. I'm not sure if this is something that they um, a brewery that they've contracted to provide more beers for their advent calendar, because there's I don't know, there's like 10 or 11 O'Shea's beers in there, and then a couple of like Belgian or German beers that I'm not familiar with, but there's at least a good, like, a lot of their standards that would fit into like the European category are in there. So, like the first Advent beer was Gruner, and they sell it all the time. A great Pilsner. So, I don't know. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments. If Aldi normally sells O'Shea's or not, and I don't know, maybe it's available other places. This is the first time I've ever had it. I'm gonna take another drink, mostly just because I like drinking beer, but overall, not a bad IPA. It's one that you could have with a meal. I would probably I preferred hoppy beers with seafood, I guess. So I'd get it with like shrimp or scallops or something like that. Do I got anything else to say about it? I don't think that I do. Um, yeah, this is my kind of IPA. Not overwhelmingly hoppy, but definitely enough hops that you can taste it. So, um, that's really all I got. Thanks for joining me. Come back tomorrow. I will have another Advent beer. So, thanks for watching. And this is the Malted Gentleman reminding you, you only have one liver, so use it wisely.